I just kind of, because people might be wondering, how can I assess my breathing? If you sit down for about 5 minutes and then for a person just to have a timer, take a normal breath in and out through their nose and pinch their nose to stop breathing. And time it in seconds until you feel the first definite desire to breathe. And when you feel the first definite desire to breathe, or the first stress is to breathe, let go and breathe in. But your breath in, when you resume breathing, should be normal. So it's a comfortable breath hold time. You have a normal breath in and out through your nose. You pinch your nose. You start timing. How long does it take until you feel that you need to breathe? And then you let go and your breathing should be normal. A study was conducted by a professor of physical therapy in 2018, Professor Kyle Kiesel, Kiesel, and he looked at 51 individuals. The average age was 27 years of age. Only 5 of them out of the 51 had normal breathing. Now, I'm not saying that 90% or 80% of the population have dysfunctional breathing, but it's more common than we think. And his conclusion was, when he looked at their breathing from a biochemical and a biomechanical point of view and a psychophysiological point of view, you can assess functional breathing patterns using breath hold time. And if the breath hold time is above 25 seconds, there is an 89% chance that dysfunctional breathing is not present. Now, I've worked with MMA fighters. We have some premiership footballers at the moment I'm working with. We have some Olympic athletes. We're working with military. We're working with very high caliber athletes. And many of these people don't have a Bolt score of 25 seconds. I've had an MMA in the past and a Bolt score of 12 seconds. And I'm just thinking to myself, if I had a Bolt score of 12 seconds, I wouldn't be getting into a ring, because you're going to gas out. You're wasting so much energy disproportionately. And it's very important that breathing is improved. Now, you think of athletes, they have their psychologist, nutritionist, you have your strength and conditioning coach, you have a full team of people around you, but you have nobody looking at breathing. There's a wide opening here, and it should be on the curriculum in the sports science schools, because it's the youngsters coming through university who are going to be the next generation to put this out there. If you have an athlete with dysfunctional breathing, that athlete is more likely to have dysfunctional movement, because when you breathe through your nose, you have greater optimal movement of the diaphragm, and movement of the diaphragm is providing stabilization for the spine. So as we breathe in, there's a negative pressure created in the thorax as air is drawn into the lungs, but there's a positive pressure generated in the abdomen. So our posture and stabilization of the spine is determined by how well we breathe. But if you have an athlete or any individual with dysfunctional breathing patterns, they are not getting adequate functional movement and they're at a greater risk of injury. And 50% of people with lower back pain have dysfunctional breathing. Now, is it the lower back pain which has caused dysfunctional breathing, or is it the dysfunctional breathing which is fed into the lower back pain? Could be both. So but just as most people don't always consider the implications that when breathing is under par, what effects it can have.